welcome back. It's finally time to get started on seed starting, and today I'm going to do just that. These are my very early seeds. I'm going to show you how to mix up your potting mix, get it ready for planting, and then I'm going to plant some seeds. So what seeds am I going to plant today? These are just my very first earlies. I'm going to plant some asparagus from seed, and I've never done this before, so you're going to follow right along with me, and we'll see how it goes as the season progresses. I have asparagus growing that's been established for quite some time, but I have and I have a lot of volunteers that have started from seeds that have dropped. So I think starting this from seeds, it's much cheaper, and you actually don't really lose that much time from buying the roots. Normally you see asparagus dry roots that you plant, and then it always is going to take 2 to 3 years before you can begin to crop your asparagus. So this is a time, you have to be able to invest some time in this and have some patience in order to get your first crop of asparagus. So I'm going to start just by doing 9 plants to see how it does, or 9 starts to see how they do. And I'll be putting them in a small area in my garden, but they're going to start inside. Here's what you need just to get your potting mix ready to go. Normally, and for most of my potting, I'll be mixing up my own seed starting mix, which is super easy to do and a lot cheaper. I had this on hand, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's just you buy it in the nursery. It's a seed starting mix. You're going to need a bucket or some bigger container to put your seed starting mix in, and some water to moisten it and get it ready to start. And obviously, you're going to need some sort of implement to mix it all up with. So let's go ahead and get started. Truly, this is not rocket science. Start by putting your mix into your bucket. You can see that dry, it's very, very light and fluffy. It has vermiculite and usually some perlite mixed with peat moss, and that's really all that is. All right, so just going to go ahead and put the water in. It kind of bubbles up and all. And I'm going to start by just mixing that in and see how it goes. You want the starting mix to be moist, but not dripping, soaking wet. That's all there is to it. You want it to hold together, but not drip out. I got these seeds from M.I. Gardner, which they have a really great price on their seeds, and they've been pretty reliable. And these are, it says start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost. And it's going to take 10 to 14 days to germinate. So that's a good long while. All right, so I'm going to start just by filling up these cells with potting mix. I want to pack them. Start by putting them in, getting good and tight. They will settle as the season goes along. Remember, these are going to live in here for about 3 months before they're actually planted out. Start by planting 9 asparagus starts. I can always expand the bed once I see how things are doing. I do know that growing asparagus is a long-time commitment. When I was growing up, we had a patch of asparagus that was planted by my great-grandmother that was still going back in the 1960s when I was a kid. It wasn't super prolific, but it was there. And the asparagus that I have now growing was actually started by my dad probably a good 25 years ago. Once you've got everything nice and packed down, the process is just like planting anything else. Pencil or a little stick or something just to poke a couple holes. Now notice I'm going to plant 2 to 3 seeds in each cell because I want to make sure that I get decent germination on these. They're the seeds. They're good sized seeds. So we're just going to put a couple in each cell. And maybe I'll just put 3 in each. Because if they come up, if they don't germinate, then you'll be wasting a space and wasting some time. Make sure you put the remaining ones back in the box. Seal it up nice and well. And you're just going to cover over those seeds. I usually just put another sprinkle on top. I'm so excited to get something started. I've been just not dying. I've been so missing getting my hands dirty and growing things and watching the progress of things growing. Now I am going to water these because I do want them to have some water in there. And I'm actually going to water them from the bottom up. I'm not going to top water these. I'm going to bottom water them. So I just put some water in the tray. All right, we'll just stick that right down in there. Nice and flat. And it will absorb, this will absorb the water. Now, let me just show you something. Notice on these, now that I pick this up, it's fully saturated. This has been soaking in here, absorbing the water from the bottom for about 10 minutes. And that is just enough time. You want to get it good and saturated, but not overdone. Well, no, you know what? I'm just going to dump this water out now. So now I have some asparagus planted, and hopefully they'll grow. So follow along with me and you'll be able to see. Now, what am I going to do with these? I have some grow lights upstairs and I'm going to be taking them up, putting them on a shelf under grow lights. I'll put them about this close to the light until they pop up. It's going to be about, maybe 2 weeks before we actually get some germination on these. So otherwise, we'll just let them go. And once they start to germinate, we'll water them regularly when the soil dries out. I'll show you how to do that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're well. Take care. Happy gardening. Bye.